Heceta Head Lighthouse, a sentinel guarding the rugged Oregon coast north of Florence, has stood tall for generations. Its piercing beam has guided countless ships to safety, but it also holds a dark secret whispered through the salty air. It sits 206 feet above the Pacific Ocean. The iconic 56-foot tower and stunning setting make it one of the most photographed on the Oregon coast. The light atop the tower was first illuminated in 1894. Its automated beacon, seen 21 miles from land, is rated as the strongest light on the Oregon coast. A half-mile trail to the lighthouse begins in the parking area and passes the assistant lightkeeper's house on its way up to the lighthouse and viewpoint. Built in 1893, the assistant lightkeeper's house is one of the last remaining on the Pacific coast, and it has a reputation as one of the most haunted places on the West Coast. The picturesque white, Queen Anne-style house with a red roof has overlooked the craggy rocks and pounding waves of the Pacific Ocean for more than a century. Until the early 1960s, it housed the men who kept the lighthouse running and their families. It is now a bed and breakfast with room for 15 guests, 16 if you count the resident ghost. The ghost is thought to be the wife of an assistant lighthouse keeper. In the 1890s, her young child died while at the lighthouse. The ghost has been called Rue for decades, ever since a group of Lane Community College students huddled around a Ouija board asking questions, and the board spelled out the letters R-U-E. But there's a dispute whether that was the name of the woman or the child. Tales of a gray-haired woman wearing a late Victorian-era dress floating down the hallway haunt the house. So too the stories of sweeping sounds and furniture being moved at night coming from the locked, empty attic. Caretakers, college students, and construction workers have claimed that strange, unexplained occurrences have taken place inside the house. It seems that nearly all the residents of the house since the 1950s have reported unexplainable things. It seems Rue doesn't ever do anything scary or harmful or threatening. It's more as if she's watching over the place, watching the house and looking for her daughter. The theory is that Rue was a lightkeeper's wife, but records can't confirm that because they don't list the lightkeeper's wives or children. It is thought that she had 2 daughters, and one of them drowned. No one knows if her daughter drowned in the ocean or in a large tank for storing water. There is an unmarked grave on the hillside. It's all overgrown and has been left undisturbed. Some think it could be her daughter's grave. As the story goes, after her daughter died, Rue left Heceta Head. Years later, when Rue died, she returned to the keeper's house looking for her daughter. Some guests are drawn by the ghost stories, requesting Victoria's room, where the lightkeepers are said to have slept, or the Cape Cove room, where a closet contains the steep stairs leading to the locked attic. Probably the most startling encounter with Rue was reported by the Siuslaw News in 1975. A workman was cleaning a window in the house's attic and noticed an odd reflection in the glass. He swung around and saw an apparition of an elderly woman wearing a late Victorian-style gown. He fled the house and didn't return for several days. When he returned to work on the house's exterior, he refused to go in the attic. While working outside the house, he accidentally broke an attic window. He repaired it from the outside and left the broken glass on the attic floor. That night, the house caretakers were awakened by scraping sounds in the attic. They said it sounded like someone sweeping broken glass, although they hadn't learned yet about the broken window. The next morning, they found the glass swept into a neat pile. One guest at the house recalled that she and her husband were relaxing in the parlor one afternoon when she saw a gray figure float across the hallway near the base of the stairs to the second-floor bedrooms. Another guest, who stayed overnight in the Cape Cove room, said she awakened at 4:30 a.m. and felt a presence climb into the bed beside her for a couple of hours. Many guests have noticed items in their rooms being moved or rearranged when no one had been in the room. In some cases, items go missing only to be returned later. Some have said that enough has happened over the years that they don't want to spend the night at the inn anymore. The housekeeper at the bed and breakfast said she often feels a presence when she goes about her work. She said that usually after she makes the bed, there will be a depression, as if someone has sat there. She said she probably would scream if she ever actually saw Rue, but she never has. While some dismiss these tales as mere superstition, others believe that Rue's spirit continues to watch over the inn, a silent guardian of its history and a reminder of the tragic events that have unfolded within its walls. If you have any suggestions for future Oregon adventures you'd like to see, then why not add a comment down below? Before you go, if you like this video and learned something new, please give a thumbs up and click on the like button. If you don't want to miss any upcoming videos, then please remember to click on the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching.